Good morning guys, and happy week 3 of the mini cup. It is Monday. I'm on my way to the gym. I'm gonna do some cardio. As you guys already know, I'm usually not going to the gym on Mondays, but this morning I finished a couple of PT sessions, and then afterwards I had a big gap, and it's usually the time of the day where I smash most of my check-ins. But I sat down in the office, started to do my check-ins, and the only thing I could think about was food and how hungry I was. I just could not focus. So what I decided to do is to go to the gym and smash some cardio, because it's easier for me to manage my hunger if I'm not at home. So that way I start smashing my cardio for the week, because my cardio has increased and I now have 3 sessions of 40 minutes to get done. And that way when I come back home, I'll be able to have lunch straight away. I'll be able to be more productive with my check-ins after lunch because I'll be less hungry. If you struggle with hunger management when you diet, sometimes going for a walk or just getting outside of the house is going to help you to manage your hunger a little bit better. And if you want more tips about how to manage your hunger when you're in a fat loss phase, we've actually shared a Q&A with Brownie last Thursday, and it's not just tips that we randomly throw at you like that, it's actually tips that we are both using in order to stay accountable to our diet. So hope it helps. In regards to the updates, calories and macros, nothing has changed, which is making my life much easier, not gonna lie. So I'm not gonna make any changes in regards to the meal plan. For lunch, I'm still gonna have my baza with my pumpkin, because that's just high volume, it keeps me full enough until snack, which is my pancake. So I'm just gonna prepare that. It is 12:28, and another good news, Liam just told me that he got a notification on his phone saying that my watch is coming today. I told you guys on Friday last week that my Fitbit just stopped working. So we had to find some replacement for that ASAP, because in regards to the changes for this week, I actually have more steps. And in order to monitor my steps, I need to have a steps tracker. Fingers crossed it's working, because I got it from Amazon for like 40 bucks. Liam just told me as well that he sent through my check-in, which I haven't watched yet. So I'll listen to the check-in this afternoon. I'll run you through that more in depth later on today in regards to the feedbacks, if we have things to work on, what his thoughts are about last week, even though I'm pretty sure I kind of know what he's gonna say in regards to my sleep. Boil it with water and some salt. The baza, I actually made the move to the frozen one. 2 main reasons for that. First of all, it's cheaper. Got that one from Aldi, $7 for 1 kg. It's also easy to keep. I'm always scared when I buy some fresh fish, if I don't cook everything in one go, that it turns bad. This one, though, I can keep it for ages, even though I eat it every day, so it goes pretty fast. And I'm cooking the baza in the water with the pumpkin as well. Once again, quick, easy, tasty, less dry than if it was in the air fryer, and less dishes to make at the end as well. Whilst this is cooking, I'm just gonna have a shower. This is gonna be pretty quick. I actually turned that off because I don't like when my fish is too cooked. Same for the pumpkin, I like it quite al dente. And I'm just gonna eat it like that with a little bit of sweet chili sauce as well. Hey guys, it's around 4 p.m. I'm gonna start prepping my snack, which is same as usual, my apple and cinnamon pancake. Just want to show you, my watch just arrived. So I'll unpack that while my pancake is cooking and give that a go. Hopefully it will be working by tomorrow and I'll be able to track my steps again. Something else I wanted to say, because it's actually quite funny. I used to be a Diet Coke addict, because as you guys already know, I hate the taste of water. So I used to drink 1 bottle, which is like 125 liter per day. But since my last prep, I'm only having Coke during weekends, so it feels like it's my weekend treat. But yeah, something else that I'm also trying to work on is to drink more water, just plain. So I just came back from the shop and I bought some sparkling water, because the fact that it's sparkling somehow feels like a treat. I don't feel the need to drink as much Coke as before, which is good. Alright, pancake time.
Justement au point que tu... Et franchement, ça serait... Si la comédie regarde la salon de...
Oh, it's working. Cute little message I got from my client this morning. I don't know if you can see it. Love you too, Sam. It's Monday night. I just finished an hour and a half of steps on a treadmill, just because, as I said to you guys this morning, Liam has increased my steps and I really want to be on track so I don't have to do extra steps towards the end of the week. That's it for today. It's 7:30. I'm gonna run upstairs and cook dinner, which is my pizza. Looking forward to it. Four, good job. 10, rest. Hello, we all done with the first session of the week. That was posterior chain. As you can see, I'm red as that was a very intense but really good session. Managed to progress everywhere. Now I'm just on my way back home because I do have a PT session at 11, so I've got to rush home. Good afternoon, guys. I finished my lunch, so I'm just gonna share with you guys the updates and the feedbacks I had from Liam for my last check-in. So he sent me my check-in yesterday, but yesterday was hectic. I haven't had a chance to record that video, so I'm just doing it now. Basically, calories, macros, nothing has changed. But I do have extra steps and extra cardio. Cardio used to be 3 times 30 minutes and now I have 3 times 40 minutes, which I have started doing already. Steps, they used to be 18k. Now I need to do between 20 and 22k per day. And my watch is working. I have started to wear it this morning and I'm already around 15k, and that's mostly the steps that I'm doing during my PT sessions, walking around the gym, because whenever I'm resting I do walk a lot. I don't even do that on purpose. I think it's just my way to rest, if that makes sense. And then just like walking from the gym, come back here. To get steps in for me is not that much of a struggle, but I know that in order to finish my steps today I will have to go for a walk. And because the weather has been really shit lately, I've been doing steps on the treadmill downstairs in my gym. Now, in regards to what he said during the check-in, he didn't want to drop my calories because obviously my sleep has been very shit. And he reckons that if I manage to fix my sleep, then body weight will be dropping. Something else that he also said during the check-in, we are going to change my program, which, not gonna lie, I'm very happy about that, because I've been having this program for 12 weeks now, which means that it's been 12 weeks that I am hustling at the gym to progress. Basically, the plan was to keep using this program until the end of the fat loss, because obviously I'm used to the exercises, which was optimal in order to make sure that I maintain the muscle tissue that I've built, but I'm getting very close to the point where I could get injured. And that's the main reason why we have decided that this week will be the last one with this training program. It's been 2-3 weeks that we have been adding slight changes into the program, such as the pendulum. I added a 2 seconds pause at the bottom, something else. Also changed the abduction and added a 2 seconds pause. So instead of just adding slight modifications, we're just going to create a whole new program, and that's going to allow me to have a deload, give my body a little bit of a break, and start fresh with a new training program, which I'm going to keep for 10+ weeks again. I'm actually really looking forward to get my new training program. We'll see what it looks like over the weekend, and then obviously I will keep sharing my workouts 1 per week, so you'll basically discover the new training program with me. Also, something else I wanted to discuss with you guys. Body weight has finally dropped. It's not a huge drop. I weighed myself this morning at 61, which makes me hopeful in regards to the fact that if I keep working on my sleep, body weight is going to keep dropping. Good morning guys and happy Wednesday. Today we're training upper. It's actually the session that I shared with you guys in the vlog number 2. It is a pretty long and intense session, which gives me a little bit of anxiety because I know that it's a very tough one, but I know that this is the last time I'm going to do this session. I'm going to give my best. Today I'm feeling good, the sun is shining, I slept for 7 hours, so I'm pretty hopeful in regards to the fact that it is going to be a great session. Done with the gym, I'm just getting a little bit of groceries now and then I'll head home. Hey beautiful people, I hope you're doing great. It is 10:30 and I have another PT session at 11. I just came back from the gym and what a session. I really struggled to get in the zone. Usually it takes me one exercise or two in order to get in the zone. But today, during the whole session, all I wanted was to go home. I'm really excited about getting my new training program because I really need a deload. Which brings me to the following topic that I really wanted to talk about with you guys, which is when do you need to change your training program, aka the signs that you need a deload. So I wrote some notes on my phone, my little list here. Point number 1 is normal progression. So you actually start to get stuck and you can't progress. You can't do more reps, you can't increase the load, you fail a lot when you reach the muscular failure, aka your body stops before you want to stop. Next point will be you even struggle to reach your previous week's performance. To give you an example, was last week during my lower body session, I had to do some drop sets, I had to do some rest pulls, and on some exercises, I even added an extra set at the end just to make sure that I match the volume that I've done the previous week, or to make sure that I have more volume overall, because what matters in order to grow muscle is the volume overall. Now, point number 2, if you can still progress, but your technique is breaking down, aka your form is getting shit. And there's a few signs that you have some technical breakdown. So first of all, you're not going full range, which means that you're basically not going as deep, or you're shortening the range, because if you actually go full range, then chances are that you would not be able to do the rep, if that makes sense. Number 2, we have the lack of control on the way down. As I always say to my clients, control the weight, do not let the weight control you. The eccentric part of an exercise is just as important as the concentric phase. I'll give you an example, the pendulum squats. If you don't control on the way down, it's going to make the exercise easier. If you started the block by doing 3 seconds on the way down and now you just don't control on the way down, the progression is not really there. Sign number 3, you can't adhere to the tempos anymore. So whenever you get your training program, it says 3 seconds pause at the bottom. If you find yourself not adhering to the tempos anymore, as in the pause is not 2 seconds, it's now 1, that's a sign that your form is getting shit. Another point would be momentum when you're trying to swing the weights in order to lift them up. So I'll give you an example with a standing dumbbell lat raise. If the dumbbells are too heavy, chances are that you're actually going to swing at the bottom like this in order to lift them up, and that's what we call the momentum. And the last sign is that other muscles are taking over. So let's say a seated dumbbell lat raise, you're increasing the load and you don't feel the exercise in your shoulders, but you now feel it in your traps, which means that your shoulders have reached that stage where they just can't perform the exercise anymore because it's too heavy. So they have to ask other muscles to help in order to lift the dumbbells up. Other example, I started feeling my kickbacks in my lower back, which means that my glutes have now reached that stage where they can't handle any more load, and they ask my lower back to help to perform the movements. And sometimes, guys, we don't realize that our form is breaking down. Even myself, sometimes I think that I perform the exercise the right way and I think that I'm progressing. That's why I often record myself, and it's not always for social media. It's often to check my own form, because when you look at yourself in the video, you're more likely to notice any technical breakdowns as opposed to feeling it yourself when you perform the exercise. Now, other signs that you need a new program and that you need a deload: you need extremely long rests in order to be able to jump back into another set and match your performance from the week before or try to progress. I'll give you an example. I reached that stage where when I perform the leg extension, I feel like I need 10 minutes rest in between each set just to make sure that I match my performance from last week. So that is a very long rest. Then another point would be, it hurts but not muscle pain. Once again, I'm going to give you an example. This morning I did some cable lean away lat raise and I could not feel the burn in my shoulder. I could not feel it in my delts, but I could feel a bad pain in my shoulder. It felt ugh. So I knew that I reached that stage where it was too heavy for my body. It's important to make the difference between muscle pain and joints pain. Another point would be the risk of getting injured. And I'm going to give you another example with this one. During my previous block was actually 12 weeks as well. Towards the end, I could feel it coming. I remember saying to Liam, can you please prepare my new program for next week? Because if I keep pushing with the training program that I have at the moment, I'm going to get injured. I said that, and then the day after, I went to the gym, did a seated Y raise. I felt a little pressure point in my rhomboids, and I thought nothing too major. I kept training, and then the day after, I could not move my head. I was completely stuck. Even just being in the car or on the bus, that was killing me because all the impacts, I had to hold my head like that. So I actually spent 2 weeks out of training. I had to do an MRI because they thought that it was a disc in my spine. I had 2 weeks off training, and then when I finally started training upper body again, I had to go very, very light. So that was an injury that happened because I was done with that training program and my body said stop. And the last point being a bit more subjective, but overall fatigue. You feel extremely tired despite the fact that you sleep well. That could be a sign that you need a deload. Now, if you often change your training program, I'd rather be honest with you, it's not ideal because your body will need time to learn a new exercise, to understand the exercise, and to build the connection between your mind and your muscle. So if you have a new training program and after 3 weeks you finally can really feel it in the muscle, because sometimes you perform an exercise but you don't even know what muscles you're actually working on. Let's say you're doing a high tool on the cable, most of the time you don't even know that you're actually working on your rear delts. But at some stage you will be able to be like, oh okay, hold on, now I feel it in my rear delts. So it takes time and repetition for your body to understand an exercise and to perform it the right way. So imagine after 3 weeks, now that you finally understand the exercise, well, you have 1 more week and then you change the whole thing again, which means that you now have to adapt again. So you've never really reached that stage where it is actually efficient for your body and it's actually gonna work. So yeah, to wrap up that topic, I can 100% say that I need a new training program because I am ticking all the points that I have said previously. And because I am now in a calorie deficit, I am running on lower fuel than what I usually have, which means that the risk of getting injured is actually higher now that I'm dieting. That's why we have made that decision that this week will be my last week with this training program, and I will get my new training program next week, which will be my deload, because I'm going to use this first week to discover the program. I'm going to make sure that I select a load that is challenging, but that also gives me enough room to progress, because if you go too heavy too soon, it's going to be hard to progress. So selecting a load that is going to allow me to perform all the reps of my rep ranges for all the sets. Just using a lighter load, it's going to give my body a little bit of a break, which I'm really looking forward to. And that's it. So now I'm just going to eat a quick snack and run downstairs for my PT session. After that, I'll come back upstairs, cook my lunch, which is the same as usual. I have 260 grams of baza with 400 grams of pumpkin, 200 grams of lettuce, 25 grams of sweet chili sauce, and 100 grams of mushrooms with my little peel, which is my nails, hair, and skin supplements. and afterwards I need to catch up on a lot of work on the laptop for my last PT session tonight at 6 p.m. That will be it. So I'm unsure if I'll record more beats today, so I will probably see you guys tomorrow. Bye! No wonder why I woke up being very, very hungry. Abs are visible again. I take it. Hello beautiful people, I hope you're doing great. Today is Thursday, it is around lunchtime. I just came back from the nails. To be honest, I always do the same color, so I don't think you can see the difference, but at least now they're nice and fresh. So today is a little bit different than usual because I had a bunch of clients moving their sessions around, meaning that I have a lot of PT sessions today and I don't have the time to go to the gym and train. So I usually have my rest days on Friday. I'm just going to swap it. So I'm having my rest day today and I'm going to train tomorrow. So the plan for today, I gotta go to the shops at some stage today. I'm probably going to walk to the shops as well to get more steps in, even though I don't really need it, to be honest, because I'm already at 16k. It's actually something that I discussed with one of my girls last night. She was telling me how lucky I am to do a job where I'm getting a lot of steps in because I'm walking all day long whenever I do PT sessions. And she was like, oh my god, you're so lucky, because she works in an office, which means that she can't do as many steps as me. Then I was like, do you really think I'm lucky? I don't think I'm that lucky, because guys, I don't think you realize that my baseline, without making any effort, purely just doing my job and going to the gym on most days, I'm already in between 18 and 20k. So if I want to increase my energy expenditure, it means that I need to do 25, 26. So my last prep, I remember I was on 35k steps per day, which is a lot of steps. So lucky. Most important thing to understand, guys, is that if you want to increase your energy expenditure, you have to do more than what you usually do. So if your baseline is 4,000 because you have an office job, in order to increase your energy expenditure, you could literally just add 2,000 steps and that would do the job. Go from 4,000 to 6,000 a day. But in my case, because I'm already doing 20k without forcing, if I want to increase my energy expenditure, it means that I have to go above 20k, which is very, very, very time demanding. Which also means that if one day I am not doing PT sessions anymore and I shift all my business online, well, my energy expenditure is going to go from there to there. So pros and cons. My phone's ringing. Something else that I wanted to tell you guys, which I'm really, really, really stoked about. I had a really good drop this morning, 60.6. I started my fat loss phase that was 2.5 weeks ago at 62.4. So it's almost a 2 kg drop, which is decent. And that's probably due to the fact that I am sleeping much better this week compared to last week. I think on average this week I slept 6 hours and 50 minutes. So getting closer to the 7 hours mark, this is what I'm aiming for. But overall, much better. I'm back into a much better routine. Anyway, I'm just gonna eat my lunch. I think it's almost cooked now. I'm still having my fish and my pumpkin for lunch. You might think that what I eat is weird. Completely fine. I'm not asking you to eat what I eat, but the point that I'm trying to make, guys, is that if you want to stick to your diet over weeks/month, depending on how long your fat loss is going to go for, you have to design your own meal plan that satisfies you. And it's not because this person has shared that meal plan on Instagram that you have to stick to that meal plan. And create your own and stay accountable to your own meal plan. My thing is burning. Hello, it is Thursday night, and the reason why I'm doing this video now is because I just realized something that explains a lot of things. I am on my period. The reason why I'm saying that it makes a lot of sense is because it completely explains the reason why what happened last week happened. Let me explain. Usually, a week before my cycle starts, my body weight jumps up, usually 1 kilo. I'm getting very snappy, very emotional. I have a lot of mood swings. I am very tired. I struggle to find motivation to go to the gym. I still go to the gym. My performance at the gym are usually average, and I am also very hungry, which is 100% what happened to me last week. So last week, my body weight hasn't moved the whole week. And I told you guys that I felt very watery, despite the fact that I was ticking all the boxes. I was getting frustrated by the fact that body weight wasn't dropping. 2 hours ago, when I noticed that I was on my period, I was like, makes so much sense. So I thought that it was related to my sleep. And I'm not saying right now that it has nothing to do with the sleep anymore. I think that it was definitely a combination between my sleep and the fact that I was about to be on my cycle. And also the reason why I had no idea that my period were about to start is because I got off the pill 3 or 4 months ago. And since then, my cycle has been very, very inconsistent. I got my period 7 weeks ago and I got them again today. It's gonna take a lot of time for my cycle to get back to normal. I'm sure you're not used to see a female being so stoked and happy and relieved about being on her cycle, but here I am. I'm just happy because everything's much clearer now. Anyway, I'm just gonna cook dinner now, eat and go to bed. Favorite moment of the day, dinner time. There it is. So the base here is this one. And on top I've added pumpkin that I mushed, tomatoes, onions, salsa that I cooked earlier onto the mushrooms. And don't put it before, otherwise it's going to turn weird. I've added some sweet chili sauce, the light one, and 50 grams of cottage cheese. Doesn't look like, but it is delicious. Good morning guys, today is Friday. I'm just on my way to train legs. So that is the session that I'm usually doing on Thursdays. I'm also going to record it. It's a pretty tough session and it is obviously the last time I'm gonna do it. So the intensity will have to be there in order to make sure that I'm still progressing on everything. Now, if I'm being honest with you, I have no idea how today's session is gonna go. I slept for almost 8 hours last night, but I'm on my period. I know that I do feel a little bit weaker when I'm on my cycle. I'll just go in there and do my best and we'll see how it goes. First exercise, I had some adduction with 2 seconds pause in the middle, following with some hack squats, reverse bended with a rep range of 10 to 12. These ones are a killer. Everything more than 10 reps is basically cardio. Exercise number 3, we have some hip thrust with a rep range of 12 to 15. It is a quad focused session, but I still have one posterior chain exercise because I need to grow my glutes. I progressed really well on that exercise. As you can see, I even had to add a powerlifting plates onto the side because I had no more room to stack extra regular plates onto the sides. From memory, I think that was 15 reps at 175 kgs. I was dying and glutes were so sore the day after. Moving on to my least favorite exercise, we have the leg extension.
This one has a quarter rep at the top, and the rep range was 10 to 14, I think, from memory. I don't know about you guys, but I started to develop some anxiety towards that exercise just because the burn is so intense. It's hands down the exercise where I need the more rest in between each working set, because my quads go that numb that I can't even walk.
I definitely feel slower, not really weaker, but just slower. And also, for the first time since high school, I have belly pain, which is due to the period. It's like cramping, which is not nice to have in the middle of a super intense squat session, but gotta get it done anyway.
Straight after the leg extensions, 1.25, I have 90 seconds of walking lunge, quad focus for 2 sets. Finish with, I had some standing calf raise with a tempo of 2 seconds pause at the top and 2 seconds on the way down.
12:20 and I arrived at 10:20. It's been 2 hours down here. It's usually a session that I smash in 1 hour and 15. Needed more time to rest. Managed to progress everywhere, which was the biggest thing. Happy with my performance, considering the fact that I had the worst belly pain. And that was today's outfit. It's a cute little play suit. Hey guys, I hope you're doing great. It's almost 4 p.m. I've just finished a few programs on the laptop and now I need to meal prep for tonight because we have a birthday, my friend Mel. It's gonna be from 5 to 8, but after that we're gonna go to the movies with Liam to watch I forgot the name. I think it's called Twister. I'm gonna pack my dinner to eat at the movies. Obviously, I'm not gonna bring my pizza, so I'm gonna make myself some pancakes for dinner. Similar to the recipe that I'm usually doing for snack. It's still gonna be apple and cinnamon pancakes, but it is going to be bigger. I'm just gonna show you guys that. Just wanted to let you know as well how this morning's session went. I've been finding over the last 2 days, I don't know if it's my period or either calorie deficit, but I've been struggling to get in the zone. I'm feeling pretty motivated to go to the gym, but I feel like my energy is quite high at the beginning and then it just goes. I just knew that I had to get it done and that was it. I managed to progress everywhere. I also smashed a little bit of cardio afterwards, which means that I only have a tiny bit of cardio left for tomorrow. And body weight dropped again this morning with a new low of 60.5. Not a crazy drop, but I take it, especially that I'm still on my cycle. So normally after the end of my cycle, body weight should drop again. So I'm just gonna get that ready, then I'm gonna get ready and then we'll head to the city for Mel. I'm excited. And because it's the weekend, it means that I am allowed to have some Coke. I told you guys that I'm only drinking Coke now on weekends. So that is my treat and I'm going to have 1 bottle for the whole weekend. So I'm gonna drink half now and half tomorrow. By the way, I'm usually drinking the caffeine-free one because it has an impact on my sleep, but they were running out, so I just bought that one. I actually need some sort of energy because I'm going to socialize tonight and then we're going to the movies afterwards and chances are that I'm gonna fall asleep. So at least with a little bit of caffeine, there's no crazy amount in there, that's going to help me to stay awake. So I made them smaller than usual just because it's going to be much easier to snack on during the movies. I'm gonna let them cool down, and once that it's cold, I'm just gonna pack them in some containers. And I'm also gonna bring a bottle of maple syrup to pour in a little container so I can dip my pancake into it.
Doors opening.
Show me the back. Ooh, money! Hey guys, I hope you're doing great. Today is Monday, but I didn't get a chance to do a video yesterday to summarize the week and to wrap up the vlog, so I'll just do it now. So yesterday I woke up, did a bit of laptop work, then I went to the gym. I had to do my last low body session of the week, which was the last session of the previous training program, the week 12. So the session went well. Obviously it was really hard to progress. I was a bit down yesterday. There's even one of my friends, he came to me at the gym and he said, "You look like you're fighting demons today." I was in a mood where I just wanted to get in, get out, which I did, managed to progress everywhere. Didn't really enjoy that session, to be honest. I had the pendulum with the 3 seconds on the way down, 2 seconds pause at the bottom, so it was a tough one. After that I came back home, had lunch, and then did laptop work for the whole afternoon. Finished all my programming for my clients, hence the fact that I didn't get a chance to do that video yesterday. Yeah, so just to summarize, week 3 went really good. Body weight on average, week 2 was 61.5. My body weight on average this week was 60.7, so it is a 800 grams drop. And that somehow compensate the fact that I did not have any drop between week 1 and 2. So you'll find out, guys, in the next vlog if Liam has decided to decrease my calories and increase my energy expenditure. I'll keep it as a surprise, obviously I know because it's Monday. Overall, training was really tough and I'm really happy about having a new training program now, but progressed on most things. Did not go over my calories, hit my macros, stick to the meal plan, did all my steps, did all my cardio. Hunger was super manageable. I was not hungry at all. Mood was up and down, but obviously I was on my cycle, so probably related to that. And energy was up and down as well, probably related to my cycle as well. Once again, thanks guys for watching. Thanks for all your messages and comments. And hopefully these vlogs are giving you the motivation to keep pushing even when things are getting hard. I love you guys and I will see you next week.